you have some leftover knitted scarf and it's too thick to wear, or you don't like the color. So what to do with it? Cut it apart, pieces of it, use an old jeans, some other fabrics, and create a junk journal out of it. So for this journal, I will use this knitted scarf. It's not showing up in the camera very well, but it's a very bright pink. It's a very thick material, and it's very smooth. And I got it as a present from a friend. She does not wear it anymore, and of course it is washed and dried. But to be honest, this is a loop, and it is too thick for me to wear it around my neck. So the winters in Germany are not this cold, to be honest. So okay, my table is a mess. Okay, you don't see it. Nothing happened. Okay, so I thought about gluing this with some Fabrifix or Fabri-Tac glue onto some cover, but I think that this wool will not stay in place very well. So the other idea is, which I will try out now, just cut a piece apart. So I will use this piece. It is sewn together here. Okay, let's start with this. Where's my scissors? Fabric scissors over here. So not overthinking it too much, just eyeballing. Let's say maybe something like this. And of course it will unravel. So the idea is maybe, okay, first the cutting part. I have to concentrate a bit so that it gets maybe straight. We will see. Ah, okay, done. It's not straight. Okay. Doesn't matter. It's just a prototype journal. It's for myself. So of course this will unravel. Okay, I will remove this little part. And I thought about if this will not work out as I wanted to, I could just use this little strings, of course a bit longer then, and just tie them around a hole, and maybe a hole with an eyelet on a journaling card. So this is the idea. Okay, so then I thought it would be the best to sew around. It's really not straight, not in any way. So let's try again to get it a bit straightened, only a bit. Okay, this is okay for me. This can go into the trash. So now the initial idea was to put around, I will go a bit more in with my camera, so to put around some faux leather and then maybe sew around the edges, but I fear that my sewing machine will not go through this material, or it will not stay in place while it is being sewn. So the other idea, okay, this looks good, not perfect, but it's okay. Maybe this for the front, this for the front. It doesn't matter. Just thinking out loud. So I thought it may be the best idea to use some fabric. Let's see. So some fabric stripes, like for example this. The color doesn't matter because we will put around some faux leather. So maybe, okay, let's cut this straight. Just ripping. Okay, again. Okay, so something like this, and then the double amount. Okay, I think it will be good until here. So then the idea was to put the strip or stripe of fabric around, something like this, to close the edge, Maybe I will try out my Fabric Fix glue. And of course you would have to wrap the edge. Not only put the fabric like this, but wrap around the edge in any way. I thought about sewing, but I thought about putting this over and then sew around here, but then you would have this wibbly wobbly edge. And of course you could put in some cardstock as well. But I will try out my Fabric Fix glue and then we will see how it works out. So I need something to put under to protect my table. So something like a baking paper. Okay. So let's see. I will put on a good amount of glue right onto the edge. Okay, maybe a bit more, but we can put on more at any time. So let's see. Whoops. Then put our scarf into here. Something like this. So, okay, we are focused. Maybe this will work out. So I will wrap around this edge, just like so. Okay. And then I thought wrapping around this edge to close the side. Okay, we can do it like this. Yes, I think this could work out. Okay, let's open this up again. Put some glue into here. Well, put some glue into your fingers. Oops. You can just do this, then the glue will build this tiny little balls, and then you can just put it into your bin or onto your floor, as I did. Doesn't matter, we have a vacuum cleaner. So, okay, let's put more glue onto this fabric. Dum, dum, dum. I put it onto the fabric and not onto my scarf, onto the knitted thing, because maybe you can see it here. The wool is a bit not tearing away, but coming apart, and then you have your glue with this wool things over there. And I don't want this to be. So now, just thinking, when I fold it over like this. Ah, okay, I see what I did wrong, but it's no big deal. Let's just cut this off. Just go with the flow. Stay in frame, maybe. Put on more glue. Oops. More glue, more glue, more glue. Oops. Wrap this side over. Put together. Put on more glue right onto your edge. Recap your glue bottle, because Fabric Fix is very expensive but very good glue. Okay, maybe this will work out better than I thought. Okay, the initial idea was when my sewing machine would not go through what I think it would happen, so I did not try it out. Then the next idea was to sew around by hand maybe, but to be honest, I don't know where to catch my edges to make them shut. But this looks not the baddest, I think. Okay, we will try this out for the other side. So I need a bit longer strip of fabric, or of course you could use this piece of fabric and then just put together, put on another piece. Just gluing on my edge again, so that it stays in place really well. Okay, I will search for another fabric stripe. Okay, I found this. The color doesn't matter, as I said before, because we will wrap it in some faux leather anyway. We don't need it to be this long, but for starters it's okay. So again, put on your fabric fix glue right on the edge, the heights of your journal, and a bit more. You can use your fingers to smoosh the glue out to have not this much glue seepage, but for me it's okay because of the covering part we will do later. So let's see, I want this fabric to overhang a little bit. Okay, I think this looks good. Closing the edge, and not do it not too tight, so then your journal would look like something like this. I want it to be nearly straight. If I can mention, I know that this line is or this cover is wider than the other, but this will not be my spine as I wanted it to have before, but this will be part of my front or my back. It doesn't matter. Just go with the flow. Okay, this is too long, so cut it off. We need only this amount, I think. And of course, you can use this little off-cut fabric pieces for other projects, so keep them. Oh, this too. Okay, again, gluing on the edge and gluing on these parts. Some glue into here and more glue onto the outside, now inside of the fabric. Glue, 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 glue. Not glue your desk. Okay, good. You can wipe this off with your fabric or with a baby wipe as well. Okay, put this over. I need some glue here for my edge. Glue, glue, glue. So, moment of truth. Folding this over, like we did on the other side. Not too tight. Okay. And the glue is a bit seeping through, but it doesn't matter. Oh, and it's a bit glued onto my underlay. This is why I protect my desk. This stripe you can cut off. I think I will cut off this too. Or maybe I will leave it as it is. Maybe it gives the cover a bit more structure or something. We will see. Okay. Looks not this bad, I think. Maybe a tiny bit more glue over here on the edge. Just a little bit to make this stay in place. Okay, I will try out this first attempt without cardstock in the middle. Because my faux leather is very not this thick, but it's more stable. We will see how it will work out. So I will cut a piece apart, a piece to the size I wanted it to, so a bit bigger, maybe 2 centimeters on every side, bigger than this inner part, and then I will glue it on and flip it over. I will show you this process. Okay, I decided to go with this. This is yellow, a bit of a darker yellow, and this is for the inside, so my cover would be the same color on the outside and the inside. Maybe this is a bit boring, but it happened that I had this at hand to say so, and it's nearly the right side for the size for the inside. So I will just glue this down. Let's see if we have enough fabric. Maybe it's a bit, maybe it's a bit short. I think so. Maybe it's a bit too short. Okay, I will use another just because it's a bit too short and because I want to have different colors, to be honest. Okay, changed plans. I decided to go with some jeans instead. Just because I like jeans. It has this cool sewn part on the front. But this would be more stuff, so let's see. And I will reuse this sewn part too, so let's see, maybe we can put it onto here. I'm thinking about gluing this on, but I'm a bit afraid to say so of the glue seepage. So let's see. Maybe I will just glue it on and see where it leads us through to. So this would be enough fabric. Something like this. I want to get rid of this thick part because this will be wrapped around, on the inside anyway. So it would just add some bulk I don't want on the inside. You can keep this parts too. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I will do this now. Maybe we can do something with it later for some structure on some journals, or you glue it onto their journal and then you have a structure onto another journal, not this journal, and you can paint it or something like this, or you can sew it on somewhere. Okay, I don't know. I will keep it for the moment. Whoops. So let's see, if we would do it like this, we would have this at the outside and a bit of this beginning hole. It would be shining through a bit, but I like it very much. I think I will just do it this way. So we can get rid of this part. Trying to cut something like straight, not perfectly straight, just eyeballing. Okay. So let's see. This is not straight over here. It's a bit too much fabric. So let's get rid of this. Trim, trim, trim. Okay. Yeah, I think I will glue it on and then see how where it leads us to. So you have enough fabric you can put over here, and then this, a bit shorter of course, for the inside. Okay. Okay. Oh, just thinking, I could do it without gluing this part on. I could just glue this on, maybe. When this is all glued on, this inner part cannot move anywhere. So the initial idea was to sew it on a bit to make it stay in place if the fabric fix would not work out or something like this. I have lot of material left, so I can redo this anytime. Okay, just thinking. I think I will try out without gluing. Yes, I will try out without gluing the. This would be our outside. I will not glue this on, but only the inside. Let's try out some new things. So this is very much fabric. Usually you don't need this huge amount, but I will just do it for now. Okay, this was glue over here, but it doesn't matter. You can cover it up. So just glue on your flaps. I will do a bit of smoothing out with my finger to have not this much glue seepage like you can see here. And I try to avoid this for the parts which are visible at the end. And I think that I have more fabric to cover makes the whole process easier for this specific journal. And again, I don't tie it in or put it in and then do something like this, very strong and straight. I just put it on like this so that it gets through to this edge, but it will not tighten the edge into. So a bit finger smoothing. You could use silicone paintbrush as well. I tried to use a usual paintbrush. Don't do it. Usual paintbrush, because this fabric fixed glue is drying so fast, so my paintbrush is in the bin right now. I could not save it, even if I cleaned it off immediately, or I think maybe a minute or two later, so nearly immediately, but no, it did not work out. Okay, but I like to use my fingers, even it's a bit at the moment. But you can wipe this off very easy later. Just double check. Okay, no glue seepage. Wipe it off a bit. Last edge. Maybe a bit of finger smooshing over here. You can always do it another way. So even if you're in the process as I am now and you think, oh, I did not finger smoosh the other edges, then just try it out for your next edge. It doesn't matter. So if you are in junk journal creating too, please tell me in the comments and leave a link to your channel. I would love to see your creations. Maybe I can inspire you a bit. So this I will do to get my glue from my hand and my fingers. So see, these little bubbles, very easy. And trying to put them right into the trash. Okay. Whew. It's getting hot. I have to get rid of my pullover. Okay. So now, let's glue this on very good. Maybe it would be enough to glue only this part on, but because I don't know how good the glue will grab on this knitted wool scarf thing, I will just put on a huge amount, more huge amount of glue than I would do on a usual hardstock hardcover. So turn it over. Be gentle, pulling but not too tight, but then pushing tight so that it gets the materials get stuck onto in each other. Okay, no glue seepage. I'm proud of myself. Okay, so these little strings we will just get rid of later. It's no big deal. I just have a bit of much glue on my finger. Okay, let's see, a bit more glue here because of the thickness of these parts here and here. Okay, let's try to get rid of this. Okay, finger smooshing a bit, pull it over, get rid of your glue, you don't need. So pull it over, but not tight, and then push. Just using the balls of your hand. This is the best way to do it. It's the best way to create a junk journal anyway, using your hands. You know it's handmade, you created it with your own hands, and this is the best feeling ever, I tell you. I do this a few times a week, so crafting and bullet journaling, just to get rid of negative thoughts and just to relax, and I use them very much. Usually for my pen pal to write letters to her, sometimes as a diary, and some are for an Etsy shop I will maybe open someday. So we will see. That's the plan. But mostly I do journals at this time for my own or for friends. Okay, but anyway. Okay, you see, I maybe it's about because of the material. Maybe I pulled too tight, so here we have no edge which is straight, but this rounded shape. But I think it doesn't matter this much. Not for this prototype and not for a junk journal anyway. And I think this jeans fabric will stay in place very good. I have just a feeling about it. And we will put in this faux leather at the inside, just because it's thick and it will cover this up. Of course, you could use other things. Maybe scrapbooking paper could work out. I don't know yet. Maybe I will try this out another day. It could work out with some thinner fabric as well, but I want this to be a bit stronger. So, okay. Because of this method I use, you don't have this very sharp edges, but I like this look too. You can put the fabric on the edges a bit more to the inside. It's easier for a hardcover journal, but I like this look. Okay. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Let's see how the outside is doing right now. Oh, I love it. Okay, maybe you will say, oh, it only looks like an old jeans. Yes, it does, and I love it. Here's a bit of a bigger knot. Don't know why. Oh, okay. Okay, this will stick well. Okay, so this will be our upside, maybe. I think so. So this would be our journal. Okay, it's not straight as another journal. I showed you I did this another day out of the leg of the trousers, and I did not cut it to straight side. Don't know if you can see it. And I will link the video to this journal down below in the info box. Maybe you can see it here. So it's not straight because I did not cut it straight, but I love it. And it's a soft cover journal too. So, okay, but this would be the perfect front, and you can cover this up if you don't like it on the front or the back, it doesn't matter. Okay, we will decide later. Get rid of your glue. Oh, this is a big bobble. Okay, looks not so pretty. Just get rid of it. Oops. Now for the inside. This is too big, and here's a little cut. So I will just eyeball. I think I will cut a bit into here. Of course, you can measure it out and use your pencil on the side. You will not be able to see afterwards, and drew a line, and maybe I will try this out. You can reuse this little scraps, but it's a bit too thin for me, and I have so much fabric scraps. I will throw it into the bin. Shame me. No, blame me. Blame me, shame on me. Okay. Okay, I think that is okay. Maybe a bit more cutting over this side. Okay, this is not straight, but I like not straight junk journals the best, to be honest. I just want this to be a bit more straightened. And you can use scissors with fancy shapes. So I don't have any, but this is pinking shears. So it gives you this zigzag thing. This works out well on fabric. It's a fabric scissor, and I use it very often for papers as well. So let's see, we can just turn this over. Here's our big knot, but it's not important which way will be up and which way will be down. It's important later when you put in your signatures, put on a closure. Oh, a closure. I'm saying a thing. And when you put on, maybe you would want to put on some charms onto your spine, then that would be important. I like to put on closures. This kind you are not able to see the knots afterward, and I like to attach my closures so that they stay on the journal when it is closed, opened. Sorry. I think that is a bit too wide. When you close your journal, this will extend too much, and we have a very huge amount of fabric. You could let it stay as it is. You see, this is not glued down. I think I will just use a smaller piece so that you are able to see more of this outside. This would look good too, I think so. So I like to cut it from this side, so from the wrong side. This fabric, this faux leather, has no patterns on it, but when you have a pattern, I will keep this. This is a wider part. I will definitely keep this. I don't know why my light is so dark. Okay, I'm filming with my smartphone, so I always run into some light issues. Maybe I will get a better light someday. Okay, so nothing is... my attention is not going apart from a pattern or anything. This is why I cut it this way around, just a personal feeling. Another strip. I'm just thinking you could do a fabric ruffle and could put this on. Maybe I will leave this. Okay, I will put it into my box with my fabric straps. Okay. Let's see. This would cover up the whole thing in one go, and while closing, I'm not sure if it would stay. Will it stay in place perfect when we are closing the journal? See what I mean? It's sticking out very much, but I don't want it to be something like this. I want it to cover this up. Of course, you can put on 3 pieces, so one piece on the front, this would be the front, one piece on the front, one piece on the back, and one middle piece. The thing is, when this is glued down, it's glued down. You cannot remove it easily, which is good, but it's not so good when you are not sure. When you are not sure if you want to put it on like this. Okay, I'm not so happy with this. I will cut this apart, just eyeballing the middle, just to make it a bit easier, maybe. Okay, nearly straight. This is fine. So then we would need not this much, but we would have some okay, it's very thick. Okay, I will cut this apart smaller. This too. Just playing around with your materials and have some fun today. Okay. Yes, this looks good. And then you see I have this amount left over here, and I will put on some other fabric maybe. Let's see. Just an example, some pattern fabric like this. Of course, it would have to be wider, and I don't like this color, to be honest. But something like this. So it's more flexible than this cardstock, than this faux leather. Spine is not strong, so you could put in some cardstock. Now the cardstock comes to place to have a more stable spine. Oh no, I will do it like this. Okay, decided. It took a long time, sorry for that. I will just put on this piece of faux leather for the inside. So trying to glue right to the edges. This is the most important part, that your edges are glued on very well. Of course, you could sew around this fabric before putting it over, just to give it a bit more interest. You can could ink the edges. You could use scrapbooking paper. Yes, you could use many things. Some packing or wrapping paper, some old, how is it called, bags, old pillowcases, everything would go. So, put this on. I think this can go a bit more to the, and I did not put on a closure. I forgot about my closure. No big deal, I will put it on later. Maybe in this case I will put on a removable closure. Why not? Just thinking. Okay, we will see. The closure thing is not the important thing right now. The important thing is to get ready with our cover. Just because I'm so curious how it will look at the end. So getting rid of this part, this will be glued on. So no big deal. Going right to the edges. You can put on more glue later on the edges if it happens that you don't have enough glue on the edges. But it's easier with this fabric, which is very strong, to put it on by now. So, and of course you could smoosh it out using a finger tool, but I don't think it is necessary. So no glue on the outside, please, on the outside of the fabric. Okay, this is not a straight part. If you don't like it, you would could choose the other part, this more straight part, because you will be able to see this. This will be covered up, the inner part. Okay. But anyway, maybe just thinking out loud again, because I don't know if this will hold in place so well on the edges, so not only this edges but this edges, and because of the look of it, maybe I will sew around later with by hand. So maybe I will do this, because if this would be very right to the edge, to say so, and you would sew around, you would get a very cool pattern. So a sewn around pattern, maybe you want to go backwards too, and this would look very good. I did this before, because this is very much on the inside. You would have a very long piece of string over here. I don't like the look. So in my head, so when I think of it, so this very long piece of threads, but I thought about sewing by hand, going in and out this way, so like a sewing machine would do. Then you would have something like a pattern over here. This could look very good, I think. Okay, but we will try this out and find this out later. Oh, I'm so in love. It's a very thick cover. It's not strong because it's only fabric, but it's very, very thick. I think I will use this as my front. If this is going a bit more, wider, if this hole will be a bit wider, you would be able to see some of your initial knitted scarf, but I think I like it. But I like it this way too. Cannot decide. Okay, decided. I want the more bright, lighter part to be my upside. Okay, now we have to decide for the inside fabric, and then we are done with the cover. Okay, I will use this flower piece of fabric. I don't know if you can see it, but it is shining through very well. I don't want it to be shining through, to be honest, so I will just double the amount of fabric I need up. Just double it up. So, and then cut a tiny piece and tear it apart. Okay. Chum, chum, chum. And it's a bit too wide. Could double it up this way, but I want it to be a bit more overhanging. Oh no, okay, this is not the best way. I want it to be overhanging a good amount, but I think this would be enough. So many decisions today. Oops! I threw the other part not on my table, but to the side of my table, so on the floor. Oopsie. Okay, perfect. So then we will just glue it on. Usually I would put the glue on the middle part of my cover, but because of the I will do this for the bottom, but because of the knitted thing, I will just glue on my fabric. I will put on a huge amount, is not the right thing, but I will glue it down with enough. Oh, this is good. I will glue it down with enough Fabrifix glue. So don't be too shy to use it, even if it's very expensive. And of course, you could use other glues too. You could use some usual white craft glue or textile glue. It's just a thing I don't like them. I have them, but they are not the thing I like the most. Oh, okay. Oh, I can remove this. So let's see. I have very gluey fingers. Okay, doesn't matter. Just put this on. Okay, and pushing. If you have a directional fabric or even a scrapbooking paper would be possible. I just like the scrapbooking papers to be in my spine because they are not as flexible and sometimes they get ripped from this opening and closing part. I don't like it. Okay, this is nearly glued on, so see that this is shining through. I don't want this, but I want this to be a bit more straight here. Okay, and you can glue on these parts later. So now for the rest. Finger smoosh, finger smoosh, finger smoosh. Put your fabric down right to the edge. It's a bit coming through and shining through, not the glue, but the pink fabric, but this is okay for me. Just trying to avoid the glue seepage. Okay, a bit is coming through because of this kind of fabric. So I have only a few minutes left, then my handy will be filled up with only one video or only one part, only the cover making. And I think I will show you the next steps. So maybe putting on a closure, but I don't think so in this case. And of course doing the signatures and putting in the signatures, and maybe putting on some charms or an eyelet and some charms, and maybe a bit of decoration for the outside. I've not decided yet, but I will show you the other steps in the next video. So the next step would be gluing on this part. I will just do it off camera because my handy is filled up, as I said, and this would be our cover. So this cover was made from some leftover knitted scarf of this wool, some leftover jeans, some faux leather, and some fabric. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more junk journal and crafting videos and bullet journal videos, and see you again in the next part of this video. Bye!